Good evening and welcome to all of you. You have a 92-year-old man standing before you and trying to probably, well, might think that I am giving a sermon at my old age, which cannot be practiced. May be true, I don't know. But then there is a long journey that I have had so far. And there are certain lessons that I have learned in the process of the journey. Before switching on to management education, for almost 29 years I worked for a multinational corporation called Imperial Chemical Industries, ICI India. So I am not a traditional management guru. I am a bit of an unconventional guru, you might like to say. The way we have nurtured our education system, the way we have nurtured technical education, the way we have nurtured management education, there is something that appears to be grossly missing. Now this grossly missing part is something that I want to put forward before you. I am told that the health industry today is managed by managers and not the doctors. And have you noticed what disaster it has brought in? I am told that these management boys, after going into the administration, have set up targets for the doctors and the surgeons. And to meet these targets, very often you are operated upon even if you don't need it. So what is going wrong? Something is going wrong somewhere. What is it? This is the basic question that bothers me. The same thing is happening in many of the larger corporations also. We admire the Tatas. We very often blame the Adani and Ambani and the law. Yes, I'm sure there are a lot to be blamed. Now, let us understand the dynamics which is leading to this tragic situation. It is now that the main challenge before us is economic growth. We must grow fast. We must grow. We are the fastest growing nation in the world, I am told. 6.5% or 7% rate of growth, and no other country in the world matches our growth. Fantastic. But at the ground level, are you feeling happy? Are you seeing that the life is much better than before? The big question comes up. And if you think that it was only in West Bengal there is corruption, it is not true. Whole of India there is corruption. The magnitude might differ from state to state, but the whole. Are we happy to see that in the old age you are lonely? You are pushed into old age homes? Are you happy to see so many marriages that break up? As a society, are we really progressing? Are we really happy? We may have a lot of money, but Are we happy with it? We also, of course, see that an education minister of a particular state, having huge amount of money in his flats, and he ended up in jail for some time. Now, are you happy to see that progress? To tell you frankly, it was Dr. B.C. Roy who started the first management institute in the country. That was Indian Institute of Social Welfare and Business Management, of which I was the director for 3 years, 2.5 years. Then after Dr. B.C. Roy expired, it was Prafullo Kumar Sen, who was the chief minister. And I was fortunate to have Prafullo Sen as my president at IISWBM for half of my stay there. Then he expired, and I was very lucky to be close to Prafullo Sen. Then came Pratap Chandra, who was the education minister in the center. Then, by that time, of course, after some time, I moved on to IIM Calcutta. Then after Pratap Chandra came Justice Chittatosh Mukhopadhyay. You know him?
Son of us. Relative of us.
He is the son or grandson of Ashutosh Mukherjee, and he was Chief Justice of Bombay High Court and Calcutta High Court. Then it was Partho Chatterjee, the education minister of Calcutta, who was behind bars. Is that progress? Have we progressed? Are we happy? Are we happy with the progress? I think we have been overwhelmed by the Western thought process. Now you may say, what is wrong with the Western thought process? I think mainly what is wrong with the Western thought process is the strong belief and faith in a pure material culture. How much wealth do you have? How much rich you are? And like today, the great Mr. Trump, in the morning he says one thing, in the evening he says another thing, and the stock market goes up and down, and he is making money, if not anything else, in the process. Making money is the criteria. Now, it appears that we are blindly following that model, and it's a dangerous model. And if you look at the world leadership, this is the model that is leading to almost the Third World War. I won't be surprised if in another 3-4 years, by say 2029 or 2030, there is a third devastating world war. You can see it all started with Ukraine, then Iran, Hezbollah, Mujahideen and what have you. And another one is now knocking at Taiwan, which China wants to grab and America wants to resist. We are at a point where everybody is trying to look after his own interest. And Trump openly declares America first. And to do America first, he must have all the oil in the world and starve others of oil. So Venezuela, we know the story. Iran, we know the story. So this situation is that this more and more and more, and wealth and wealth and wealth, and all measurement by how rich you are materially is the criteria. And I am told, I don't understand this Bitcoin business very well, that Trump has some interest in Pakistan with respect to Bitcoins. I don't know what it is. But all of a sudden he has become very friendly with Pakistan. Now, the whole thing stinks. Whole thing stinks. So the question comes up, what is the answer? Now, I shall give you an angle, maybe there are other angles, but what I have learned from my own life, long life I would say, I started my professional career in 1961 after completing my PhD. How many years now? 39 on that side and 26. This side 65 years or so. Now, this journey has taught me that the basis that we have from the West is what we call a psycho-sociological approach to life and living. Maslow, McGregor, Mintzberg, and many others who have given shape to this psycho-sociological approach, but primarily focused on material prosperity. All said and done, there is no other model really we find acceptable than the so-called capitalist model, which at times becomes a crony capitalism. Now it is true that Maslow, McGregor, Mintzberg, all of them have talked about a superordinate objective. Now, what is this superordinate objective? They say that there is something beyond, higher up in the life. So, they can talk about that something, they can develop in something, but really they have some methodology that has been talked about, but that has never cut any ice or made any true impact on the Western way of life. So Western way of life still remains purely materialistic. And the East, people say that we were on the other side. What was the other side? We were spiritual. Vivekananda said that if India is lost, then spirituality is lost to this world. What is spirituality? We talk about non-material existence. Now, is that quite true? I am told that before, at the time when the British came, we were controlling 25% of the GDP of the world, 25%. And by the time British came and left, I think we have come down to from 25% to 2.5%. And for almost 1,000 years, the first the Muslim invaders and then the British together, that was the 1,000-year period. We were ruled by outsiders. Now this period of rule has been disastrous for India. Particularly Muslims and the Mughal rule was disastrous in certain ways because there was an attack on Hinduism and so on and so forth. I don't want to go into that. But then the British actually hit us straight on the head and the heart. They said that these Indians, if we don't control them and make them clerks, then we can't rule this country. There are too many intellectuals here who will not allow us to rule. So they had an education system that was more focused to develop class than develop leaders and managers who can really think beyond. I'm trying to point out that spirituality and material prosperity can go hand in hand. Otherwise, India would not have been ruling 25% of the world wealth 1,000 years back. So how do you do it? I'm trying to point out that spirituality and material prosperity can go hand in hand. Otherwise, India would not have been ruling 25% of the world wealth 1,000 years back. So how do you do it? Now, I believe that this can be done fundamentally, basically, by controlling the self. Unless you can control the self, you really cannot lead a happy life, a creative life, and a blend of material prosperity and spirituality. I have in my life practiced one methodology, and that is being talked about now, but I started practicing from 1995. That is, when I get up in the morning, for about an hour, I do pranayam. What is pranayam? Is there any religion in it? I don't think so. It is primarily a breathing exercise. And meditation. And what is meditation? You try to control the thoughts that all the time disturbs you. Now there is a basic hypothesis in that. He said that the universe that we know of is not blank. The universe is full of energy. You can see that the play of energy is leading to black holes and big bangs. That means energy being concentrated into mass and then energy exploding and breaking up into mass and breaking up into energy again. So there is a play of energy and mass in this whole universe, and it follows a rule. It is not random, it follows a rule. So the universe is conscious, and so are we. We are a part of that universal consciousness. And the attempt that we talk about is to get a link between the individual consciousness and the universal consciousness, which you call between Atma and Paramatma. And this foundation is what I think the New Age management and leadership must take. Without that foundation, we are heading for a big disaster. However much we shout, global warming, sustainable development, alternative energy, and all that, will not give you the final answer. So my contention is that build your management philosophy. I am not saying management philosophy is bad, it has got excellent tools. I shall come into artificial intelligence just now. It has excellent tools. But if excellent tools falls in wrong hands, can you see the disaster that it can bring? Can you see, we have all seen the disaster that atom bomb can bring. And we think that atomic war will not happen. But if one of the two sides is on the losing end and knows that there is a sure defeat, at that point what madness will come we don't know. So unless we can build in control, internal control, I don't think we can be good managers, we can be good leaders. That is the hypothesis that I thought I shall place before you. Control of the self is the first. And then comes control of organizations. Because whatever definition, planning, directing and all that you have learned in your management education in the very first class, I don't give much of an importance to that. When we started long back, say thousands of years back, you know, man was first killing animals and surviving by eating the meat. Then came the agriculture, and this Balaram, Subhadra and Jagannath. Balaram is known to be the first who introduced agriculture, organized agriculture. So gradually what happened, man found out that alone they can only do up to a point. Beyond that, you need to have an organization, you need to have a structure, you need to have a command, you need to have a leader. That is how gradually the whole thing has emerged. The work study gradually switched over. We had assembly lines, then we have operational research modeling, and I was the president of the Operational Research Society of India. We had computers, we have digitization, and gradually now we have come to mobiles and now artificial intelligence. Now, when you manage an organization, you have various dimensions of it. You need a strategy, you need governance, you need money, finance. Without finance, you cannot manage an organization, be it a charitable organization. No? You need finance. You need human resource development. Though I don't like human being called as a resource, we are the source, we are not resource really. But that is the misnomer that we have. Like the MBA is Master of Business Administration, there is no management name in it. And we very often understand management and business management is one and the same. I don't think so. And I shall come to that right now. So my contention is that all the powerful tools that we have of marketing, of supply chain, of strategy, of governance, of HR, of production, what have you, all the powerful tools that we have, can you hand over these tools to a wrong person who will misuse it? And I think it is being misused to a great extent today. And that's why there is a new age management that is required, new age leadership that is required. While the West was psycho-sociological approach, the approach of the East is psycho-philosophy approach. So I am talking about a psycho-philosophical approach to life and living, to control self, to manage organization, and to equip the leaders with the right tools. I am not against technology, but I am certainly against misuse of the technologies falling in wrong hands. Now, the 2 or 3 examples that I want to give you. The first one is Ramakrishna Mission. How did it grow? They did not have material ambition. The psycho-philosophical approach says that man is above everything. And jive sheba kore jon sei jon sebiche. Hypothesis is that this will not solve our problems. We must see and study that how Ramakrishna Mission has grown so fast. I am told, and I know that my professional guru was Professor Nikhil Borat, who was a professor at IIM, but he was my first boss in ICI. His brother became a Sannyasi in the Ramakrishna Mission order, Siddharananda Swami. He just died a few months back at the ripe age of 100. He did excellent work for Ramakrishna Mission in Lucknow and built up not only the temple but a first-class hospital in Lucknow. And then, like in organizations, there are fights. The Swamijis also fight with each other. So he was doing very well. So he was sent for Bonobas to Australia, New Zealand, and Fiji. Without any money. Without any money. Just he was there with the name of Vedanta Society. And I know Professor Nikhil Borat, all his retirement savings, he handed over to his brother there. And he died as a poor man. He didn't have money. Professor Nikhil Borat I'm talking about. He also died at 98 years. He died as a poor man. Now, after going there, he was 80 when he was there. And in this period, in Australia, New Zealand and Fiji together, he has developed 6 Vedanta centers. And these Vedanta centers are mostly in churches, you know that? There was nobody going to the churches there. So he converted into a Vedanta center and had Jesus Christ there, but also Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharoda and Swami Vivekananda. Ma Durga also. 6. And Shiv Narayan Sen is related to the family. They are of the same family. Now, how did it happen? How was it possible? This is one. You know Mother Dairy? And the mother daddy main starting point was in Anand, Khoria District Cooperative, and he developed the Amul brand. And right now he has announced that they are going to spend 559 crores or so in West Bengal to process milk. And they all started as a cooperative movement. And it's Dr. Varghese Kurian who has told me when I was in IIM, I came to there at my invitation in a seminar, and he has told me that when he has gone there first, he had a government scholarship to go to somewhere, Australia or some other country, or maybe Denmark, to learn dairy technology with government scholarship. So he had a 3-year bond. And they sent him to Anand. And one, Mr. Patel was actually in charge of that cooperative. And nobody will rent him a house because he was a non-vegetarian. And he had to live in a garage. And he started a movement of collecting milk from the farmers and making them a member of the cooperative. And at the end of the year, and processed the milk in the most modern plants and distributed it all over India through a network of cold storage. And he gave the small shop owners the cold storage unit at a monthly small rent all over that. He improved the breed of the cows to give more milk. And when he tried to for these hybrid cows, they were very, their immunity was not very high. So he arranged for inoculation of them, made it an all India movement. And from a milk-starved country, we became the #1 milk-producing country years together. Third case is I am a beneficiary of it, is Professor Kumaraswamy of Arvind Eye Hospital at Madurai. One of our alumni, IIM alumni, when you say our alumni because I was IIM director, therefore our alumni. He is a director of administration, I think, of that organization. And Kumaraswamy retired as a professor of ophthalmology of Madurai Medical University, and having retired, he said that my objective is to eradicate avoidable blindness in the south of Tamil Nadu. That is his declared objective. And he started a 16-bed cataract operation facility. With his retirement funds, pension money, he started that. He went to the nearest industrial town of Coimbatore to collect funds. And at the end of the day, came back with 10,000 rupees, and said, sorry, I am not going chasing funds anymore. Now there is a message. I am giving through my organization, mine means our organization is MCHD. There is a message. We cannot go very far without funds, but we have to find out how to get funds and who should help us. Now, so what he started doing is he contacted the schools and colleges and Lions Club and Rotary Club, and he in community halls and in the school halls, he started mass cataract operation. And he would make them lie, all of them lie down, and the technician will check up everything is right. Then one after another he started mass cataract removal. to the laser process. And he, one after another, will remove their cataract. And he made it a movement. And this movement has been recognized the world over, operating only in the south of Tamil Nadu, in Madurai, Coimbatore and the surrounding area. It is the largest healthcare activity in the world. And that even today I am standing before you and talking to you is because of that sling operation. It is said that Abdul Kalam once visited Arvind Eye Hospital. Then after going down, he was president then, he had security around, they were a little behind. So he went to the counter, he thought that he would get his eye checked. So they said, sir, you have to give so much money, very little money, so much. So he gave his credit card. He said, sir, we don't take credit cards. So he said, then I can't get my eyes checked. They said, no, sir. You see that line? You stand on that line, it will be the same quality, same treatment, free of cost. Almost 50% of the treatment is free. So I must stop here. I have only one appeal before you. Think, think, think. If we don't change, if we go on the line we are doing, if we are selfish to the core, very, very grave days ahead. So I wish you, all of you, the very best. And I thank Vidyut for giving me this opportunity. Of course, it is a sad occasion because his mother is not well, he could not come. I thank all of you on our Foundation Day. Thank you very much.